Tanya Rajpal, and today I'll be explaining you my project, backend project XharkTank, that has been built on Node.js and Express.js, and I have deployed my project on AWS EC2 instance. The deployment is of HTTP type. So let's go to the front end. So this is the Crio pre-built UI. So let me just open the network tab here. So let's refresh it. On refreshing, as you can see, these are the pictures that has been fetched from the database, um, and as soon as I press on the button picture idea, I can get I can enter my name here to add an idea, and then let's write the product name. Let's give this as the product name, and then this is, let's give the description. So this is an education based business, and then let's the percentage share willing to offer, let's keep it as 15, and then 15.4, and then amount that you're asking for investment. So as soon as when I'll click on the submit button, you can see here status code 201 created. So this was the payload that was sent, and now you can see the latest added pitch on the top of on the top. So all the pitches will be arranged in reverse chronological order. So now here you can see that in this pitch I have an offer, but in this pitch I don't have an offer. So let's say an investor want to invest on this pitch. So so he'll have to will go to this UI. Now you can see this pitch that I added. Now here you can add an investment by clicking on the invest button. So let's go to the network tab once. So here you can see all the pitches had been fetched once by making a request on the endpoint slash pitches, and then when I'll make a request, when I'll enter all the data first. So equity that is gonna give, let's say it's 8, and take is 8, and the amount of investment is 1 lakh, and his comment, I like this business. So as soon as, let me just clear this. So as soon as I'll hit on the submit button, make offer request has been made, and you can see here the status code is 201, and payload was the thing that I written there. So it has been successfully created, and then it has been fetched from the database again. So using slash pitches endpoint. So this is also has been status code 200. So here you can see the investment that I added right now. So this is the investment. So all of the whenever we'll add an offer, it will get arranged in the chronological order. Let's say I'm adding an offer to this, then this will come on the top. So after this I have, let me just show you the request from Postman. So I have 4 requests. The first request is add a pitch, right? So here this is the request that I'm sending. So as soon as hit the post request on this endpoint, you can see that the ID has been returned. So this means that this pitch has been successfully created. Let's give it a name. Let's say I'm giving a name Divyansh. So, and then I will post a hit a post request, and I can see that ID has been returned. Now at the same time, if I'll misspell one of the fields, then it's gonna return me an invalid request body. Similarly, if my field is null, then also it's gonna return me an invalid request body message with and status code bad request 400. So let's come here. I have added entrepreneur. I have added a pitch with entrepreneur name Divyansh. So let's fetch it here. So this is the get request for fetching all the pitches. So as soon as I hit on this get request on this endpoint, you can see that the recently added pitch has been arranged in the chronological order. So let me just let's say now I have to fetch a pitch by giving its ID. Then this is the URL for that. I'll just have to give the ID at the end of this API. So now when I'll hit get request, it will return the response in the specified format. Now let's say I have to make an offer for the same pitch. So I'll add this pitch ID here, and then this is the request body, and I'm sending a post request for making an offer. So the post request has been made successfully. So you can see this post request here. Let's fetch the data of this ID again. You can see that the offer has been added here. Now let's make an offer by giving an investor name as null. As soon as I give it as null, it returned me a 400 bad request and message as invalid request body. At the same time, if I'll give this correctly and one of the field is misspelled, then also it is going to return me an invalid request body. So let me just walk you. So these were the four endpoints. Now these were the four APIs. Now let's go to the code once. So in index.js, so for the database I'm using MongoDB, and I'm using Express Node.js and Mongoose for building my backend. So these are my two models. This is my pitch model, which also has an offer field which will contain the type as another schema, that is counter offer, as another schema, that is counter offer. So here is the counter offer schema. Now these are my routes. So first route is this one with endpoint pitches, and as soon as a user hit a post request on / pitches endpoint, it will go to the controller, add pitches. So in the controller file, I have add pitches. So in the add pitch function, I have firstly checked if my pitch request is valid or not, and this is my check pitch request definition. I have checked if all the fields are valid or not, and after checking after validating the field, after validating the request body, if the request is not valid, then it's gonna return bad request and status code as 400. Otherwise it will come to this try catch block, and it will create a new pitch model, and it will update the created at field of it, so that it can be used for arranging it in chronological order. And then I'm saving it on my database, and I'm returning status code as 200 for that, and id and pitch id as the JSON data in the response. And if this phase, if it is unable to, then it will come to the catch block, and it will return a bad request 400 status. Similarly, I have a post request. I have a route for post request, and the endpoint is slash pitches slash id slash make offer. So id is a variable here. So as soon as a user hit on this endpoint, it will come to make offer controller, and in the make offer controller, I am again validating the request body, and if the request body is not validated, it will return the status code 400. Otherwise it will come to this try catch block, and here it is finding the pitch from the database using the id, and then making a new offer using the valid request id that has been provided. And then it is again updating the pitch by pushing the new offer that has been created for a particular pitch, and then it is setting the time to day.now. And after that, if the pitch model is not found, then it will come to this catch block and return status code not found 404 with message pitch not found. Similarly, I have another endpoint pitches. For pitches, get all pitches controller, we have get all pitches controller. So in the get all pitches controller, it is fetching all the pitches from the database, and then it is sorting it in the reverse chronological order. And then for each pitch, I'm extracting the required data from it, and then I'm showing it as a response here. And if this executes successfully, it will return status code 200. Otherwise it will come to the catch block, and it will show that there was error fetching the data, and it will show status code as 404, that is not found. For the fourth API that we have is slash pitches slash id, where id is variable. So when the user hits the endpoint with hits the API with endpoint slash pitches slash id, then it will come to get pitch controller. And in the get pitch controller, I have this line where it is finding the pitch using the id that has been provided in the request.params of the URL of the URL. So then I have this Then I'm extracting the required data from the pitch, and then I am returning that returning that object that I've created here, containing all the um, specified fields. Otherwise, if that id will not be present in the database, then it will simply come to the catch block, and it will show that this is a it will show that it will show status code 400 that is not found, and message as pitch not found. Thank you.